Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're Maddie and Nico.
In today's video, we'll be installing our Gen 3 Starlink and we'll be flat mounting it to our roof as well as converting it to be used on 12 volt instead of 120.
And Starlink just came out with a DC to DC 12 volt input. We're gonna try that out. I know you can buy other things off Amazon, but we figured we would go OEM. There are a couple different ways to mount your Starlink to your roof. We went with the 80/20 versions. I'm gonna use these. These are from Striker. They basically are a little 3D printed mount. So your Starlink's gonna go into this slot here. This top part removes so it sandwiches it, and then these things slot into the 80/20 cross beams like this. I have 4 of these, so they hook into all 4 corners of your Starlink. If you've watched all our videos, you know we have a Flatline Van Co roof rack, and we ended up having 2 extra crossbars, so we're going to use those to mount it up top. I think I might need to cut these down. I have these pieces to mount the crossbars of the 80/20 to each other. So I have these angles, which you'll see what's going to happen with these, but I also have some T-nuts for these as well. After that's all done, we're gonna route our Ethernet cable through the back into the van and then have everything, power supply and the router, all by our electrical system. So my first step is gonna be, I have this cross beam right here. I'm just gonna slide it all the way forward so we can maximize the space up here. So I just need to loosen these so they can slide. Perfect. Okay, so I just measured the distance between the crossbar back here and then the one I just moved forward, and it's 48 3/16. So I'm going to cut this. Okay, so now that I have this 80/20 cut, I'm going to use, I forgot the name of these, but I'm going to use these pieces and a T-nut, which slots into this channel. And this is how I'm going to connect this piece to the other cross beams. You're going to slide this part of the T-nut in to the end of the channel. You want this thing just in line with the edge. Perfect. I need to slot my T-nuts into this channel right here. And the only way to do this with this 80/20 is to access one of the sides. So I had to take it off. I know some 80/20 has like a little access hole right here where you could slide these in right here. But in this case, we had to take it apart, which isn't too big of a deal up front. The ones back here have all my solar panels on them. So hopefully this one is as easy as this. Take my T-nuts. Hopefully I can just bend this up. Maybe not the best thing for my brackets. Okay, so here's my T-nuts in my channel. I have this piece. So basically it's going to mount up like that. I just have to adjust the T-nuts to be in the right spot and then screw them down. So I've got this in now. It's not going anywhere. Down on that side too. That. I've made a critical error and I didn't measure anything before buying this kit, and I thought it would all fit, but I don't think it will because our fan is right in the middle of the van and I don't think I'm gonna have enough space for both crossbars, the Starlink, plus these, which bump it out a little bit more. So if you're gonna do this, I'd recommend either having the single slotted 80/20. I think if I had that, it would be fine, because they're half as wide, but I'm just using what we had at home. Here's my idea. This, the striker piece, has a little slot in the back. You can see this slot. I'm gonna see if I can put it just into this channel here, like that, right here. So I'm gonna use one of these. This is gonna slide out that way. Hopefully I just have a longer bolt. So I just need a longer bolt to stick through here so this piece can stay in. So cross your fingers and let's hope that works so we don't have to return everything. Okay, so I got my cross beam moved over. Like I said, I'm just gonna use one. I'm gonna see if this works. So right now I just need to put my striker piece on this beam, and then I will adjust the beam back to meet up with this. So with this, the T-nuts can actually just be slotted in here, which is nice. You don't have to slot them into the edges, which makes it much easier. I'm also putting a little bit of Loctite on these as well. So that's how this piece works. Just sits like that. So now I have both of these pieces in. What I'm gonna do now is make sure the Starlink will fit in it. So I just have to adjust them to the length of the Starlink. And then also I'm gonna put the Starlink right here, because up here I think it would act as a big wind catch, so I don't want that. So I'm gonna put it back here. So I'm gonna slide this all the way back as far as possible. So I just ran to the hardware store and got some longer bolts and some stainless steel hardware. So I have a washer, lock washer, and a nylon nut keeping this on. This thing is slotted into this channel. You can see it from back here. So that one's in. I used a spacer and I put it right here, just like that, so the spacing from this one to this one are exactly the same. So I just need to do that over here in this channel and adjust the one under here. Okay, now this thing goes like that. So next thing I'm gonna do, I have my cord that goes into the Starlink. On the mount, it's gonna be really hard to put the cord in. So I'm gonna put the cord in right now and then get the Starlink mounted. One thing to note is you want the port for the Starlink to face the back of the van, because if it's raining and you have the port facing forward, there's more of a chance of water getting in, and we don't want that. So we're gonna do that. So now I just have to tighten everything down. This fits right there, and it just barely clamps the edge of the Starlink. So that's what actually holds it down. So I got to do that to all four corners and then tighten that. And I think this is good to go. I got the Starlink up on the roof, so now I just need to figure out the router, the power, mounting them with these to the wall. We're gonna do it in the back of the van, right where all our electrical stuff is. So I was researching online to figure out how to have a switch for the Starlink in the van, and what I came across is someone has used the load inputs of the MPPT. I have this inline fuse. So that's going to be our fuse for the system. We bought the Starlink 12 volt adapter. So this is 12 volt adapter. It looks like the same 120 volt one, but it is 12. This cord that came with the Starlink adapter is a TX60. It has the same TX60 on the other end, but what I think I'm going to do is just cut this off, strip it back, so I have a positive and negative wire just showing. And that wire will just go into the load of the MPPT. I did look it up, and the load will still function if we don't have solar, because it is attached to our distribution panel, which is attached to our battery. And the reason why I think this will be cool is I have the Bluetooth adapter to that MPPT. So on my app, I don't know if you can see it here, but it says load, and that has a switch, so I can just turn it on and turn it off just from my phone. We were thinking about doing a relay or a switch, but I think this is going to be the best method for us. So here's that end of the cord. I'm just going to cut it off. So what you're left with is just red wire, black wire, so positive and negative. This is a 12 gauge wire, just so you know. Just need to strip some of this back so I can peel apart the wires. And if you are interested in our electrical system, we do have a video of us building the entire thing. So if you're curious of what components I'm using and if you can do this yourself, you can watch that video. Like I said, I am using the Renogy 40 amp MPPT, and these wires are going to go into the load. So here is my fuse holder. I have a 20 amp fuse, and that's just going to stick right in here. To connect my fuse holder to the Starlink power, I'm just going to use a butt connector. I always want to give this a nice pull just to make sure it's in there good. A nice pull. It's pretty solid. Just going to heat shrink this really quick. Okay, so here's our MPPT. Right here is the load inputs or outputs, really. So I'm just going to put the positive and negative in there. Then I'm just going to test to make sure everything turns on and it works before I mount everything up. So let's test this out. So just so you know, the left hand one is positive, right hand one is negative. Just going to open up the terminals. And all I have to do is feed the wire in. I suppose I could use some ferrules, which I do have, but we didn't use any for the wire going into the MPPT. So everything's all hooked in like it should be. So if this works, I just need to route the wires through the van in a better way. I'm going to go to my app. I'm going to click the load open. Now it does look like the Starlink has its light on, so I think it is powered. And it says it is booting. So I think it is working. I'm just gonna let it boot completely, make sure there's no malfunctions. So the Starlink does work, which means I can run my wires a little better now. As you can see, I just have the Starlink cord coming just in right here. So I gotta run it internally. And how I'm going to do that is I'm gonna run it through this rear brake light into the van, over this way, and then down. And then after that, I'll get my router and the power supply mounted probably up somewhere right here. In order to run my wire through this, I'm going to do it just like this cable. It's going to be a little harder because when I did this cable, I didn't have all this wood paneling, so I had access to holes right in here, but I don't have that anymore. So what I'm going to do is just kind of take this off. I don't know if I need to take it completely off, but to do that, there are 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 screws to undo. Okay, so I loosened this enough where it has a little bit of play, which opens up a little bit of a gap here, and I just got my cord through bottom, and I'm going to see if I can just push it along this. And then there's a hole in this pillar just right behind my finger that leads into the cabinet here. So I'm going to try to get the wire over there. Alright, so I successfully ran this wire through here. It actually wasn't that hard. Hopefully you can see this. It comes through that hole back in there. Right back in there. It's got my wire run through this pillar here, out a hole right above my finger. So now my next step is mounting up our mounts for the Starlink pieces. So here's how it all looks. Got my power supply here, router, and how it's powered is it's coming out of this load of the MPPT. Yeah, and then the extra cord I just have strung under the bed right now. I think I actually might move this up to the roof. Now as for the wires, I just tucked them up here, kind of underneath the solar panel, so that if I ever needed to take the Starlink off, I am able to unwrap this cord and put it away from the van, maybe out from under a tree. If I wanted to get the Starlink out, there are 4 mounting points that I thought I would have to take out all of them, but I find that you can release this one and that one over there and kind of tilt the Starlink up like that and pull it out. So it is a permanent solution, but it's also quite easy to take out. It's just a matter of undoing 2 bolts right here. Now if I want to take the Starlink off, I just get my ladder out of the van, set it up, and take it off like I told you. If you're interested in this ladder, I will put a link down below. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Be sure to give it a like and a comment below, and make sure you're subscribed to our channel. We come out with new videos almost every Sunday, and we're almost done with this van build, so thank you so much for being here.